Namaskar and welcome to this very special edition of Out and About. Now, community figure Dr. Rami Ranger is widely renowned for his business work, and recently he was awarded the Queen's Award for Exports for the 5th consecutive year. To present him with this award at his own warehouse was none other than Prime Minister David Cameron himself. So indeed, we are very happy to bring you the highlights of this inspiring and encouraging event.
I'm really pleased to be here at Sunmark when the Prime Minister's coming to congratulate and award Rami Ranger and the whole team here with their 5th Queen's Award for Exports. I think no one actually has achieved this. This is Guinness Book of Records worthy. I don't think any UK company has ever actually achieved 5 Queen's Awards for exports, one after the other. It's a fantastic achievement. Ram is, managing in his Sunmark trading to practically every country in the world, and so it's really good that the Prime Minister is coming here today personally to congratulate Rami Ranger and to give him his 5th Queen's Award for Exports.
Rami Ranger has taken us to positions that no other entrepreneur has ever taken us. To get the Prime Minister here to present this award is a tribute to Rami Ranger and the work that he's done for British industry. I think that he is a great credit to all of us for what he has achieved, and this is a great day for the history of the British Asian community.
The important thing is, this is about Rami Ranger. Yet again, Rami has somehow exceeded the excess of before. How he manages to do it year after year with the Queen's Awards for Industries, personal honours. This man, he just stores up honours like a treasure trove. I mean, it's like he has this great, vast, glittering pile of achievements. But above all, this is not just a man who's a great, successful entrepreneur. Rami Ranger is a good and decent man. He's a man who has a good, honest workforce here. He pays them well. He respects them. He's a good employer. And can I say, as the MP for this part of the world, I'm very, very grateful that we have the great Rami Ranger and Sunmark here in Greenford, and with ZTV here as well, and the sun shining. What more could we want?
Prime Minister, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am your MC for the morning. I am Rina, Rami's eldest daughter, and I have had a role in the family business since my single-digit years. During that time, I've held a variety of positions, and in my more literate years, I have been operations staff, the entire Department of Sea Freight Rest of the World, head of departments with more than just me in it, technical support, research and development sales. And as much as I would like to say that that is testament to my sheer magnitude of competence and ability, it serves more as an indication as to how we have evolved and grown over the past few decades. I would now like to ask my dad, the chairman and founder of Sierra Land Forwarding and Sunmark Limited, to come and say a few words. Thank you.
Honourable Prime Minister, His Excellency, parliamentarians, family and friends, I'm greatly honoured to have our Prime Minister, the Right Honourable David Cameron, MP, with us today. Prime Minister, I cannot thank you enough for taking time out of your incredibly busy diary to fulfill promise you made that if we won the 5th Queen's Award, you will present it personally. Great people make ordinary people feel great and encourage them to achieve greater things in life. Prime Minister, you have boosted our morale and self-esteem by being here, and we are most grateful. We know that you have to win the next election to finish the work you started 4 years ago of putting Britain in its rightful place, leading the world. We also know how incredibly hard you fight for Britain and take difficult decisions which many people cannot understand or appreciate at times, but eventually they do. We are privileged to have you as our Prime Minister, who has dedicated his life in serving the nation with whatever it takes. We wish you every success in your endeavors. Winning the 5th Queen's Award was very difficult, but the incentive of receiving the award from you motivated us all immensely. You can imagine how much harder it becomes to grow the business by further 30% after having received 4 consecutive Queen's Awards on the basis of an unprecedented growth. We nearly died. Our turnover was 110 million, and we needed to achieve staggering 40 million more to win. We exhibited our product in China, Singapore, USA, India, Germany, France, Japan, in fact, all over the world, because they say hidden talent is no talent. If you have it, you broadcast it and tell the world what product, what services you can bring, and what benefit you can bring on the table. The result is in front of us all, and I have no word to explain or how I feel, as it is a dream come true. I can recall going to Buckingham Palace for my first Queen's Award in 1999, with my wife dressed as Bollywood Queen in our battered cortina. I drove right into the palace like a head of state, but soon I was brought down to earth when the guard said, "Driver, you can stay here with the car and the lady can go in." I replied, "I'm also here with my wife to meet the Queen." This just shows how far I have come with the help of our customers, suppliers, and colleagues who are here with me to share this honor. I started my first company with just £2 capital and a typewriter from a rented shed. Now we have presence in 115 countries and in the process of reclaiming British Empire. Loyalty to Britain is prerequisite for success. Nowhere in the world can we enjoy freedom and opportunity as we do in Britain. I would like to thank my wife Renu for supporting me when I had nothing. I would also like to thank my staff for believing in me and sharing my vision and giving me their loyalty and commitment. My son-in-law Harmeet, Ahuja, Mohan Khurana, and Ray Perkins have taken the business to the next level. Finally, I'm proud to be British Indian and among those who from these tiny islands have touched the lives of almost everyone in the world and continue to do so. Brits are great people and always stand for human freedom and pay supreme sacrifice to make this world a better place for everyone. Thank you, Prime Minister, once again for making this day very special for me, and I shall cherish this forever. And I'm also grateful to His Excellency Ranjan Mathai, the High Commissioner of India, for gracing this special occasion at a very short notice and bearing witness to how a non-resident Indian has brought honor to India and its adopted country, Britain. Thank you. Dhruv, this is a great moment in my life when the Prime Minister of Great Britain or United Kingdom is here to give me an award which we won unprecedented 5th time. So to Prime Minister to come to present this award speaks volume about the Prime Minister's commitment for British enterprise. Prime Minister reaches the part other people can't reach. So he travels to drum up British business wherever he can. So Prime Minister himself is a great inspiration. As you can see, he's here, although elections are not that many months away, but he still found time to honor the British enterprise which is under an Indian chairman. So I'm very proud that this day I have been able to bring honor to my mother India and also to a country which gave me an opportunity to realize my dreams, and where I am now today is thanks to the British sense of tolerance and fair play.
Welcome back. Now, for those of you who have just joined us, today we are bringing you exclusive highlights of the presentation of the Queen's Award for Export, Dr. Rummy Ranger, for the 5th consecutive year. So let's head back over to Greenford in West London and to find out more.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Rami. And first of all, my apologies for being a little delayed this morning, and also for only being with you for a short time. But I didn't want to miss this meeting, miss this occasion for anything. Rami has asked me several times, would I present his 5th Queen's Export Award, and I promised that I would. And I wanted, it may have taken time, but I have kept my promise, Rami, and I wanted to be here. You've already reminded me of something, which is Rina, apart from probably working illegally under the age of 10, but we'll pass over that. We don't want Keith Vaz to summon you to the Home Affairs Select Committee for an inquiry, but what you've reminded us is the sooner that you come to the House of Commons and share in our deliberations, the better for the whole country and for representation in our country. Now, there are really 3 reasons why I'm so pleased to be here today, and the first, Rami, is you. You are an extraordinary success story, an extraordinary business success story, to go from a business with £2 of capital in a shed to a business trading all over the world, employing many people in this country, winning awards for exports. It really is a great story of British enterprise, and one that you should be incredibly proud of. But you don't just leave it at what you do in business. You've also been a real icon for your community, and you've also helped to bring communities together. A founding member of the British Hindu Forum, chairman of the British Sikh Association. You believe in interfaith dialogue, you believe in bringing people together. And what you've just said about integration in our country and British values in our country, I think is one of the clearest and most inspiring statements I've heard about that in many, many years. So I wanted to be here because of you and everything that you stand for and everything that you've achieved. But the second reason is what we're celebrating today, which is export success, is absolutely vital for our country. Today in Britain, 1 in 5 of our small and medium-sized enterprises exports. If we could change from 1 in 5 to 1 in 4, we would wipe out our trade deficit altogether. So what you're engaged in is an absolutely vital part of our economic effort and our long-term economic plan for the country. And we're seeing real success. We're seeing our exports to China, to India, to Mexico, Latin America, parts of Africa increase sometimes by as much as 100% over the last 4 years. And the work that you're doing is absolutely vital. Now, these Queen's Awards for Exports, I've got something in common with them, which is that we've both been around since 1966. I'm sorry that normally you're given a Queen's Award for Export by a Lord Lieutenant on behalf of Her Majesty, and I'm only sorry that you just got to put up with a humble Prime Minister today rather than having the royal connection. But what you've done to win 5 in a row is an immense achievement, and it really is testament to your effort, your enterprise, and your ingenuity. The third reason I'm very keen to be here today is that I think we're at a really golden moment in 2 quite vital relations. One is the contribution that British Asians are making to our country in business, in politics, in sport, in public life. We see that coming on in leaps and bounds. And your example is a fantastic example to others. People do look to role models. They look to others and see, if they can do that, I can do that too. Now, in business, the British Asian community has always kicked the ball out of the park, absolutely shot the lights out, and again you show that. We need the same to happen in politics, in the law, in our military, on our sports fields, in our cultural life. It's happening more and more. It's something we can celebrate in our country, but it's something we need to see more of. Now, the other side of that relationship is actually the relationship between Britain and the countries of the subcontinent. India, obviously, we're talking about today. Those relationships are getting stronger, and I see real opportunities, particularly with the new Indian government recently elected, to take the relationship between Britain and India, which has always been strong, and I've tried to strengthen it during my Prime Ministership, travelling to India more than to any other country other than Belgium, but I have to go to Brussels rather more often than some might like, so that doesn't count in quite the same way, and building that special relationship between Britain and India, which I am so committed to. But if you put all these things together, Rami, I think what today is really about is something that I would call the British dream. People often talk about the American dream, that you can go from anywhere in that amazing country to the highest position in the land. We need the equivalent of that here in Britain. And I think in many ways you exemplify that dream. Starting in the course of really one generation, in business from the bottom to the top, in public life from the bottom to the top, and building a family that has incredible values at its heart. I wrote down what you said in your remarks about taking the best of British values while maintaining your own culture. You said you lost nothing and gained so much. That by taking the best of British values, you could achieve your dreams as a result. Not just in business, but in your other contributions to public life. And Rami, I think that is such a great message for our country today. Really, we want to build a stronger economy. That's absolutely vital. But we don't want to stop there. We want to build a stronger, more united, more prosperous, more harmonious country. That is the British destiny. That is the British dream. And you showed absolutely vital and iconic part of that you are. So thank you for what you've done. Congratulations on this award today. Thank you for inviting me today. And I look forward to coming back for the 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. Rami, let's have a round of applause. This is the one. So it's the right one. Right.
I have the Prime Minister's signature to prove that this is perfect.
This is the right one.
He's one of our business partners in Nigeria, and we would like to present him with an award for outstanding performance. Just please ask His Excellency Ranjan Matai, the High Commissioner of India, to come on stage and say a few words. Thank you.
Mr. Prime Minister, honourable members of Parliament, Rami Ranger, his family, colleagues, friends. I'm normally present when when awards are being given to Indian exporters, not to people who export to India. But I'm immensely proud of your achievements, and that is why I'm here. I'm also very encouraged by the fact that under this Prime Minister, our two governments have set themselves the target of doubling trade between our two countries. Well, by next year, maybe it'll slip by a year, but we are getting there. And we have a huge relationship, both in trade and investment, which our two countries are working on together. But I'm also extraordinarily proud of you, Rami, and you as a symbol of all that the Indian community has achieved in this country. The extraordinary effort, through sheer grit and hard work, they have achieved great distinction. And since we were quoting Americans, may I say, you sum up in a way what an American president asked his people. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And you have demonstrated that. I'd also like to say that while praising the extraordinary achievements of the Indian community, we do recognize that it is on a level playing field they have received in this country, not just through its laws, its regulations, which have helped, but also its values and its way of life. So a big tribute both to you and to the society which has given you this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Just like to thank you all for being here with us today, and the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom to coming and gracing us with his presence. Thank you so much.
I think we should always stay very close to the ground because, you know, all this success can come and go, but you must remain focused on your own self, that, you know, we came with nothing, we'll go with nothing. All we will left with is the name, how people will meet me, remember me. So it's very important that I leave a good legacy for my children, that your father was a humble man, even though he received 7 honors from the Queen, but he still remained as humble as the day he arrived. So therefore, I think humility is actually a greatness of people. There are so many humble people you meet, they reach out to ordinary people and they make ordinary people feel great. That's the greatness of people. So I think we are very proud today for India, for Britain, that together we make a great team. So I look forward to seeing more closer collaboration between Indian companies and British companies, because we share each other's values. We are secular, we are democratic countries. You know, we have a history of 200 years going back. We speak the language, we understand each other, we read English books, we read English literature. So I think we are not stranger in Britain. We are as a coming home from home. So I would love to see more and more interaction between the two great countries. Now with the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, the focus will change on growth, because Mr. Modi is a man of vision. As we have seen in his election, nobody could dream that he will come with the overall majority. You know, all the pundits were proved wrong. So I think Mr. Modi, Mr. Cameron, they make a great team, and I look forward to the day when Mr. Modi will be here and we will be here to give him honor, to receive him, and to show him how much love, respect we have for him. He's already made us feel so proud of India. So I think good things are to come.
Well, that really is incredibly inspiring to see that the Queen's Award for Exports for the 5th consecutive year has gone to our very own Dr. Rami Ranger. Our best wishes and heartiest congratulations to the entire Sunmark team.